So this line here made the connection to Firebase in general. Now in here in our JavaScript, we're actually going to connect to a particular project. And to do that, we find our Firebase, and if they're in your real-time database or whatever the case may be for your actual data storage, you go up to project settings up here in the top. So the gear wheel, project settings. Once you've found that, you'll come back in here, and there may be one or two things you need to do. Mine is already set up, and once I have it set up, I go navigate to config, and I just grab this piece of code here, copy it to my clipboard. I switch back and I just copy that in there. And this is basically a configuration code that's going to allow me to connect to my particular website, or Firebase, the on-off checker there, if you can remember it in Firebase. So it's called, my project is called the on-off checker, and that's what's going to allow me to connect to it. So we have that done, but we also need to add in one more important line here underneath this, and we want to initialize Firebase. So to initialize Firebase, we and I put in the Z for American there, even though I won't use that, or that's what's used here. So initialize Firebase, and from in our Firebase application, we're going to, there's a method in there known as initialize app, and in here we're just going to write Firebase config and semicolon. So what that is doing is, this is saying, right, I want to initialize app. What app do you want to initialize? I want to initialize the Firebase config project, and that's this fella up here that you have just created your connection to your web app using these particular properties. So you're ready to rock and roll. Time to start now using some JavaScript programming to carry out the magic.